In this video, I will share with you 18 years of business lessons and experiences. If you are new to my channel, my name is MJ Lopez and I've been building businesses for more than 18 years. Mentoring, coaching, and transforming the lives of people from zero, from being poor to becoming millionaires, from millionaires to multi-millionaires, and billionaires as well, who wants a more well-rounded way of life. At sa 18 years, syempre sobrang daming beses nagkamali, sobrang daming beses naloko, maraming mga maling decisions, at ang dami kong natutunan. And I'm just so happy and grateful right now to be able to build successful businesses and to help other people as well. So if you are an aspiring entrepreneur, a startup entrepreneur, a businessman na nagsisimula pa lang, o kahit matagal ka na, this video is for you. Because again, I'm gonna share with you 18 years of business lessons and experiences. So let's begin. Number 1, lose money to make money. If you want the prize, you have to be willing to pay the price. If you are an employee right now, of course you are paid based on time. Binabayaran ka sa oras mo. At kung mas mataas yung sweldo mo, ibig sabihin, mataas yung value ng oras mo. But you have to understand, for you to increase the value of your time, you have to spend time learning, growing, improving as a person. Being the best in what you are doing. And it means that you have to sacrifice, or maybe you have to learn, study. And study means time, effort, and money. And most of the time, yung mga employees na nasa next level na, like managerial position, mga HRs, especially corporate position, mga executives, may masteral pa yan, nag-aaral pa yan, umaattend pa yan ng seminar sa iba't ibang bansa. And most of the time, ikaw yung kailangang gumasta sa sarili mo. You have to invest in yourself for you to build value for yourself. So, ibig sabihin sa employment, if you are not willing to spend a lot of money, you have to spend a lot of time and effort for you to learn something para mabuild yung value mo as a person. So, kung ikaw wala ka pang masyadong skills, pero masipag ka, malakas yung loob mo, ano ginagawa ng marami? Nag-a-abroad. Yes, mas malaki yung sweldo, pero mas malaki din yung sakripisyo. Meron kang binabayad, merong kapalit. And the price you pay is you are staying away from your family for a long time. Nakikisama ka sa mga taong hindi mo kakilala, nasa isang bansa ka na hindi mo kabisado yung lengguwahe at hindi mo kabisado yung kultura. And you have to adjust. Wala ka sa comfort zone mo at napakahirap nun. Kung OFW ka, pag may sakit ka, you cannot be open to your family. Most of the time, ililihim mo na lang. Hindi mo na sasabihin. Kasi ayaw mo nag-aalala sila sa Pilipinas. Tapos kagaya ngayon, dadating na yung Pasko, syempre kailangan natin magpadala ng pera. Tama? Pag nagpadala ka ng pera, makikita mo ang saya nila. Syempre masaya yung puso mo. But deep inside, tinipid mo yung sarili mo para sa kanila. At baka dumating na yung time na yon, nauubos ka na. And maybe even if you are an OFW right now, you are watching this video kasi gusto mo ng financial freedom. Gusto mo ng time freedom. Most of us already know that the best way for us to actually achieve financial freedom and time freedom, it's through providing value through business. So alam ng lahat yan. Kaya nga ang dami nang nagnenegosyo ngayon at ang daming interesadong magnegosyo. But you have to understand na mahirap, matagal, mag-build ng negosyo. At sa negosyo, napakasimple. Mag-spend ka ng pera para kumita ka ng pera. One major example is selling products. For you to sell products, you have to buy the product first. It's common sense. It's basic, right? O kaya mamumuhunan ka ng mukha, mamumuhunan ka ng laway, mangungutang ka, mangheheram ka. Consignment. If nagbebenta ka ng product na hindi iyo, ang tawag doon affiliate, you just promote the products, sell the products online, sell the products whatever it takes, you can actually do that. Para kang nag-aahente. Pinaganda lang yung pangalan, affiliate program. But you have to understand that there's a product involved at hindi ganong kalaki yung pwede mong kitain. And if you will be an affiliate, for example, of course, you also have to invest in other things. Like, if you will create content, you have to have a camera or a cell phone. You can actually run ads. If you want more exposure, either you pay Facebook, you pay YouTube, you pay Instagram to get more attention, to get more eyeballs, para mabenta yung produktong hindi iyo. Affiliate program nga eh. Or either way, pwede rin produkto mo. That's the e-commerce industry, right? Either you run ads and you pay money, ang kapalit nun eyeballs, ang kapalit nun benta. So you have to spend the money to get the eyeballs and you also have to have the skills. Kasi kahit makuha mo yung attention ng crowd, kahit makuha mo yung attention ng mga tao, That doesn't mean mako-convert mo agad. But either way, you have to spend that money for you to earn the money. Ngayon, pwede rin namang ayaw mo mag-run ng ads. But you have to spend a lot of time creating content, creating value, building an organic reach through content creation. Pero magastos din ang content creation. Because if you want financial freedom, if you want time freedom, you have to build a team. You have to hire people. At may gastos yun. And the better the quality that you wanna render, the more expenses you will have. Yan yung maling judgment ng mga tao. Kasi akala natin, yung mga negosyante, pinupulot lang yung pera. Akala natin, basta na lang sila bilhin ng sports car, parang andali sa kanila ng pera. Ang gaganda ng lugar na pinupuntahan nila, nagta-travel sila. Ang saya ng pamilya nila. Nakikita mo yung post nila, yung my story nila, yung mga reels nila, parang ang saya-saya, parang andali-dali. Pero hindi. Bago po nakarating sa level na yon, madaming hirap ang pinagdaanan, maraming beses na lugi, maraming beses na hirapan, maraming beses na loko. Ibig sabihin, kung naloko ka, dumapa ka, congratulations. Nasa proseso ka na. Pero wala kang choice kundi ituloy. Because that's part of the deal. You have to lose something for you to get something in return. Tandaan nyo to. If you want to earn thousands, you have to spend hundreds. If you want to earn 10,000s, you have to spend thousands. If you want to earn 100,000s, you have to spend 10,000s. If you want to earn 1 million, you have to spend 100,000. If you want to earn 10 million, you have to spend 1 million. If you want to earn 100 million, you have to spend 10 million. If you want to earn billions, you have to spend 100 million. As simple as that. At yan ang pagkakamali ng marami. Pag kumita ng konti, gusto na agad kumabig. Pag kumita ng konti, masyadong na-enjoy, imbes na i-reinvest yung pera sa negosyo, ibigay yung pera sa negosyo para lalong lumaki. Gastosin yung pera para sa negosyo o para sa personal development, kinikip yung pera. Ginagastos sa bagay na hindi related sa personal development, hindi related sa growth ng negosyo. So ano nangyayari? Nagfa-fail yung negosyo. So again, if you are losing money in your business, it's normal. Ang masama, you are losing your money outside of the business. Yun na yung mali. But if you are losing money in ads, in marketing, in branding, in developing your products, and developing yourself, that's not a lose. That's a lesson. It's part of the capital. Tandaan nyo, ang kapital mo hindi lang para sa produkto. Ang kapital mo para sa lahat ng risk na dadaanan mo. And that includes failure. That includes wrong decisions. That includes personal development. That includes a lot of development in every aspect of your business. So yeah, you have to lose money first for you to make the money. Number 2, don't loan money with interest when you are starting a business. Ibig sabihin, kung nagsisimula ka pa lang, huwag kang mangungutang sa bangko. Huwag kang mangungutang sa credit card. Huwag kang mangungutang sa 5-6 kung nagsisimula ka pa lang. Lalo na kung first time mo pa lang magnegosyo. Now, don't get me wrong. Walang masamang mangutang kung pang-invest sa negosyo. Ang sinasabi ko, kung may interest, tapos first time mo mag-business, tandaan mo to ha, there's a huge chance na yung first time mo magfe-fail ka. There's a huge chance na yung first time mo malulugi ka or magkakamali ka. Pag may interest yan, hindi ka sa negosyo malulugi. Malulugi ka sa interest ng utang mo. Sa maling decisions mo. It's because starting your own business, lalo kung nagsisimula ka pa lang, it doesn't guarantee success. Especially sa early stages ng pag-build mo ng negosyo. Hindi ka pwedeng mag-expect na mamumunga ang negosyo mo kung hilaw pa. Kung wala pa siya sa peak. Kung hindi pa siya nag-grow. At kailangan mo kasing pondohan yung negosyo, hindi po siya one time. Ang mali ng marami, ito yung puhunan, 200,000. Franchise. Whatever. Right? What will happen is mangungutang ka ng 250,000. So, sobrahan mo ng konti. You don't even realize na meron pang renta yan, may babayaran ka pang tao, may babayaran ka pang taxes, at hindi pa yan bebenta lahat. May marketing ka pa. Ang dami mong cost na kailangang i-handle. So what's happening is, hindi kumikita yung negosyo, ang dami mong kailangang pondohan, kasi mamumuhunan ka pa dyan at hindi po tumitigil ang gastos sa pagnenegosyo. Tuloy-tuloy po yung gastos. Kaya nga mahalaga yung tinatawag na cash flow. So ano mangyayari? May monthly ka ng loan, may interest pa. Pag hindi mo nabayaran yung loan mo, doon ka lulubog. So most of the time, ang mali ng mga negosyante, hindi dahil hindi sila magaling magnegosyo. Most of the time, nanggagaling sa maling desisyon ang failure ng isang negosyante. So again, huwag ka munang mangungutang. If you are starting your own business, you can start small as long as it is your own money. And then, you will only loan money if you are now expanding your business. Meaning, sure ka na nalalaki yung negosyo mo. Sure ka na kung saan papunta yung negosyo mo. Alam mo na yung ginagawa mo, naiintindihan mo na yung flow ng negosyo. So ngayon, confident ka na kaya kong bayaran. So now, yung utang, hindi na siya liability. Leverage na siya. Which means, borrowing money from the bank is actually an amazing leverage. Kasi ang pinapaikot mo, pera na ng iba, pera na ng bangko. But it will only be a leverage if you know how to pay. If you are already earning. If you already have a system. If you are expanding and scaling the business already. But if you are just starting your business, hindi mo pa alam yung gagawin, nagsisimula ka pa lang, natututo ka pa lang, the loan is a huge liability for you. Dagdag stress yan, dagdag isipin yan. So make sure na kung nagsisimula ka pa lang, use your own money as much as possible. Number 3, be resourceful. Hindi ka pa ganap na negosyante kung hindi ka pa nalulugi. Right? Ang laban sa negosyo is not about having a lot of resources. It's being resourceful. It's resourcefulness. Sabi nga ni Tony Robbins, the greatest resource is resourcefulness. Pag walang-wala ka na, kapag nalugi ka na, most of the time, doon mo maiisip yung pinakamagandang strategy na magpapayaman sa'yo. One major example is, nung 16 ako, nagtitinda ako ng yema. So ako personally, nung time na yon, I was earning around 24 to 35,000 per month. Kung ako mag-isa yung nagbebenta ng yema. So I have to leverage. I know myself, I have to leverage. Kaya lang naisip ko, ang liit na nga na income ko, kung hahatiin ko pa to para sa empleyado, talo ako. At hindi naman guarantee na pag nag-hire ako ng tao magbebenta, makakabenta siya. Kailangan kasing galing ko. Kailangan kasing kapal ng mukha ko. At kailangan may malasakit din sa negosyo. Alam naman natin, pag kinsenas katapusan, kapag maliit ang sweldo, maliit din ang malasakit niya. Wala siyang tinatawag na ownership. So I had to be resourceful. Ang unang pumasok sa isip ko, yung mga teachers. Kasi naaalala ko, nung elementary high school, lagi silang nagbebenta ng chicharon, ng pulburon, ng yema, tapos sasabihin nila, may plus 3 pag bumili ka, di ba? So sabi ko sa isip ko, ang pinakamagaling magbenta yung mga teacher. So naghanap ako ng mga teacher, sabi ko sa kanila, ma'am, nakikita mo ba ang yema ko? Hindi mo pa kinakain. Busog ka na. Convincing, di ba? So ngayon, ma'am, hindi mo siya kakainin. Ibibenta mo din. Ito po yung puhunan, ito po yung bentahan. Balikan ko po kayo pag nabenta na. So ginawa ko siyang consignment. So what happened was, meron akong leverage. I have more time for myself. I have time to play Dota. I have the time to do what I love to do. Kasi nga, bata pa ako, ng 16 pa lang ako eh. But I'm earning more. Nang hindi na ako yung nagbebenta kasi may tiga-benta ako. So hindi ako gumastos. Ang puhunan ko lang yung produkto na hawak ko na. Ang puhunan ko lang yung kapital ko sa produkto at hindi ko kailangan magbayad outright do sa tao. At may malasakit siya. Bakit? Stock niya yun eh. Produkto na niya yun eh. At siya pa ngayon yung may utang sa akin. Until madedevelop yung relationship, alam ko na itong teacher na to, dito ako magtitiwala. Doon sa iba, hindi na kasi nasisira lang sa kanila yung produkto. Tapos hahanap ako ng bagong pwedeng bentahan. And that's being resourceful. Wala pang internet noong time na yon, di pa uso yung internet. Noong time na yon, ang cellphone lang is Nokia na sobrang tibay. So bottom line, if you are resourceful, you can actually build leverage. You can build your business. Another example is while doing traditional business, nag-join ako sa isang network marketing. Of course, alam natin may puhunan. Ayokong bawasan yung pera ng negosyo ko. Kasi bili na bili niya ni mama sa akin eh. Isa yan sa pinakamahalaga na factor ng negosyo. Ang pera ng negosyo, pera ng negosyo. Hindi mo pa yan pera. Magiging pera mo lang yan kapag free cash flow na siya. Ibig sabihin, kapag sobrang laki na ng umiikot na pera, pwede ka nang kumuha. Pero kung hindi pa consistent, hindi pa growing, you have to make sure that the money stays in the business. So ayokong kumuha ng pera sa negosyo ko kasi nagwo-work na yung negosyo ko eh. Kumikita naman yung Divisoria products, kumikita naman yung Yema, kumikita naman yung mga cellphone accessories, cellphone repair, yung mga ballpen. Kumbaga yung tindahan namin, dumadami na. Nag-e-expand na nga kami eh. So if I have more money, I'm gonna invest this money in this business. Kasi doon din siya galing. Kahit sabihin na natin na napakaganda ng offer, napakagandang opportunity, of course, in my mind, teka lang, ayokong galawin yung pera nitong negosyo kong ito. So I had to be resourceful. Ano ginawa ko? Meron ako mga Jordans. Meron ako mga Jordans na naatikha. Binenta ko lahat. Yun ang ginamit ko sa network marketing business. Ang sabi ko sa sarili ko, dadating naman yung time, higit pa dito yung mabibili ko. True enough, at the age of 19, I became one of the youngest millionaires in the network marketing industry. At the age of 21, I was already earning 900,000 to 1 million per week. At sobrang dami kong natulungan na tao. Plus, working pa rin, gumagana pa rin, nagpo-function pa rin, nagra-run pa rin yung iba kong mga negosyo. And that's because I am resourceful. So what happened was, nabawasan ako ng sapatos, pero secured ako. So nakaka-focus ako sa ginagawa ko because I feel secured. Imbes na mangutang ako, hindi, kumikita yung negosyo kong ito, hindi ko yan gagalawin. So now, I can focus on the new opportunity. But speaking of opportunity, speaking of network marketing, speaking of insurance, speaking of a lot of things, hiring people, developing people, negotiating with people, medyo hirap tayong magtiwala. Diyan na papasok yung number 4. Being afraid to trust people. Isa yan sa major lessons na nag-hold back sa atin. Masyado tayong takot magtiwala sa mga tao. Now, ito yung akin. Kung takot kang magtiwala sa mga tao, dinedelay mo lang yung decision mo. Magtitiwala at magtitiwala ka. Ito good news. Eventually, maloloko at maloloko ka. Maloloko ka rin pala. Pinatagal mo pa. So, 2 beses ka natalo. Natalo ka sa delay, talo ka rin sa panloloko ng tao. And that's the only way for us to learn. I'm sure, and this is also based on my own personal experience, guys. 18 years of experience. I've been mentoring billionaires already. Multi-millionaires, guys. Lahat kami naloko. Lahat kami paulit-ulit naloko. Ang laman sa negosyo, time and money. Think about it. Imagine mo, lumipas yung 3 months, bago ka nag-decide, maloloko ka rin pala. At kahit sabihin nating hindi ka nag-decide, hindi ka naloko, lumipas yung 3 months at iniisip mo yun, ano kaya yung opportunity na yun? Maganda kaya talaga? Meron kang doubt. Hindi mo pa rin alam. And the main reason why people are not earning because of negligence. Ang daming hindi kumikita dahil hindi nila alam. People will stay poor because of ignorance. Not because of wrong decisions. Kasi ang wrong decisions, may lessons. Ang ignorance, walang lesson yan. Wala kang natututunan dyan, nade-delay ka lang. So let's just say 3 months, hindi ka nag-decide. May duda ka sa utak mo pero hindi ka nag-decide. So sabihin na natin hindi ka naloko. Samantalang yung isa, nag-decide agad bukas, naloko after 1 week, recovering na siya the whole month. Pero ikaw, 3 months, yung 3 months mong delay ng decision, may gastos yun. Kumakain ka, nag-spend ka ng time, kakaisip. Plus yung time na yon, may kaakibat yon na expenses, especially if you are already running your business. Malawak kasi ang expenses sa pagnenegosyo. And most of the time, meron tayong tinatawag na fixed operational expense. So kahit sabihin na natin hindi ka naloko, talo ka pa rin doon sa delay. Samantalang kung nagtiwala ka kaagad, matututo ka kaagad. Makaka-move forward ka kaagad. Alam mo na kaagad. And you will develop the strength of your character. So ibig sabihin, it's about trusting right away so you can learn kung mapapagkatiwalaan ba yung tao or not. And learn as fast as you can. Because the goal is to discover. Kasi nga, may mga makakasama ka talagang tao. At may mga manloloko talaga sa'yo. Kailangan mo lang mahanap sino yung manloloko, sino yung hindi. Paano mo mahahanap? Magtitiwala ka muna. At kapag paulit-ulit ka nang nahirapan, nagtiwala, naloko, doon mo na makikita yung patterns. Ganon ang bagsakan ng mga manloloko. Ganon ang itsura ng mga manloloko. Nararamdaman mo na siya. Meron ka ng gut feeling because you already have experiences around people who are lying. Around people who are scams. Around people na nanlalamang. Around people na mga manloloko. At tandaan nyo, it's not just about trusting other people. It's about trusting yourself. You have to trust yourself so much to the point na kahit magtiwala ka sa iba at maloko ka, okay lang. Kasi may tiwala ka sa sarili mo. At alam mong kaya mong bumawi, kaya mong makabangon kahit maloko ka nila. To the point na sobrang secured ka sa sarili mong balat na alam mo na kahit iwan ka nila, sila yung lugi. Sila yung nawalan. Because you know your value as a person. At madedevelop yan, yung self-worth mo, kapag paulit-ulit kang dumapa, pero paulit-ulit ka rin nakabangon. Because you will have evidences that you can. And we also have a video about that. It's the 10 tips to bounce back from any failures. And we're gonna be putting the links in the description as well. Now, let's move on to number 5. Common sense. A lot of aspiring entrepreneurs, even mga negosyante, napapansin ko, medyo lang naman. Especially yung mga mas batang negosyante, yung mga nagsisimula pa lang, medyo walang common sense. Guys, a lot of the business strategies that we have right now, ang pinakapundasyon ng isang negosyo is common sense. Like, pag maganda yung produkto mo, may bibili niyan. At kapag sobrang ganda ng produkto mo, bibilihan ulit. And a lot of people doesn't have common sense. Hindi siguro para sa akin yung negosyo. Hindi ako marunong. Hindi ako makabenta. Nare-reject ako kahit kamag-anak ko. Nare-reject ako ng tropa ko. Nare-reject ako ng kaibigan ko. Pati best friend ko ayaw bumili. Kasi baka walang pera. Common sense. Kasi baka ayaw nila yung products. Baka hindi nila kailangan yung products. Baka pangit yung products. Baka hindi masarap. And it's common sense. You have to sell a product that you love. It's common sense. You have to be the product of your own products. It's common sense. Guys, ang common sense ngayon, nakakayaman. A lot of people in the social media world who tend to comment so much negativity. Pansinin niyo yung mga negative comments. Yung iba doon, wala nang common sense eh. Mema na lang, basta na lang may masabi. Basta may masabing negative, out of context, out of logic. Wala naman sa topic si God, ipipilit isiksik si God sa topic. Tapos gagamitin pa si God para magpa-victim, gagamitin pa si God para maglabas ng negativity doon sa content. Yung ibang comment ang layo sa topic. Basta na lang sila makapag-comment. Example, may nag-promote ng product online. Tapos sabihin sa comment section, puro ka benta ng products, puro ka pera, puro kayo pera. Anong gusto mo, maghubad yung tao? Ano gusto mo, mag-post ng katarantaduhan? Diba? Kung yun ang gusto nyo, di may nagpo-post namang ibang ganun eh. Pero it's common sense na tayo magde-decide, yung tao yung magde-decide, paano nila gagamitin yung social media. If they wanna use social media to earn money, it is their right, it is their choice. Hindi natin naiintindihan na ang social media mismo negosyo. Kaya nga may ads, kaya nga yung mga vloggers may monetization, kaya nga yung mga taong toxic, negative, pasayaw-sayaw, kumikita ng pera kasi yun ang pinapanood ng tao. Kasi yun ang may attention. Pag may attention, maraming views, maraming makakakita ng ads na ilalagay doon sa video na yon. Ibig sabihin, everything in this world revolves around business. There's always a business system involved. Mahirap sa atin, masyado tayong toxic. May nag-post, bumili ng kotse. Ang ganda ng kotse, ang mahal. Sasabihin sa comment section, sana tumulong ka na lang sa mga nasalanta ng bagyo. It's like, are you even sure na hindi siya tumulong? Una, a luxury car has more taxes. And that taxes goes to the people. Ngayon, problema na yon ng bansa, problema na ng gobyerno yon kung totoong gagamitin nila yon sa tama. Pero those people who are buying expensive stuff are actually helping the economy. And they are paying more taxes. It's because for every purchase that we have, maliban sa may taxes, bago na-produce yung produkto na yon, may mga pinasweldong tao na may tax din. So maraming opportunities yung na-create simply by purchasing a product or a service. Umiikot yung pera. So the moment na bumili ka, nakakatulong ka. At hindi natin pwedeng pakialaman kung paano gagamitin ng ibang tao yung pera nila. It's just common sense. Diba? Like, gusto mo palang tumulong sa mga nasalanta ng bagyo, edi magnegosyo ka, magpayaman ka. So imbis na bumili ka ng kotse, edi itulong mo rin sa tao. You have a choice. But at the end of the day, tayong mga negosyante, probably nakaka-receive tayo ng maraming hate. We also have to have common sense. Because some people there, most people are dummy accounts. Nang-hate lang, nanda-down lang, hindi naman bibili yan, hindi mo naman kliyente yan. Hindi naman part yan ng ideal client mo. Baka nasa Facebook lang yan, nasa TikTok lang yan, nasa Instagram lang yan, nasa social media lang yan para mang-negative, para magpakasaya, para maglibang. So it's just plain common sense. If you are here watching this video at umabot ka sa part na to, common sense. Gusto mong matuto. Gusto mong yumaman. So wag mo nang pagdudahan din yung sarili mo. Common sense lang. Ang haba-haba nitong video na to, pinanood mo. Ang hahaba ng mga podcast episode, pinapanood mo. So alam mo na sa sarili mo ngayon gusto mong magnegosyo. Alam mo sa sarili mong gusto mong yumaman. It's also common sense. You just have to decide. Alright? Most of the ideas, hindi mo kailangan kunin sa ibang tao. Just observe, learn from your own experience. You can become successful. And if you like watching our videos, it's also a privilege for us to be able to create value for you. But if you like videos like this, guys, make sure na alam namin. Sa mga silent followers dyan, mag-comment kasi kayo. Para alam namin, gusto nyo ba yung ina-upload namin? Para alam namin kung natutulungan ba namin kayo. Please communicate with us. Because the team, the whole media team, will appreciate all the love and support. Number 6, big future, but small steps in the present. What do I mean by that? Most of us, masyado tayong nakatingin sa past. Masyado tayong nakatingin sa nakaraan. Ito lang ako dati. Hindi ako magaling magnegosyo. Buong buhay ko, empleyado na ako. Wala kang self-worth and stuff like that, right? You feel insecure, you are doubting yourself. And the most common way to actually eliminate that pattern is through having big goals, big dreams, bigger than your excuses. Now imagine this. Ang pagnenegosyo, para kang tumatawid sa tulay. At yung tulay, risky, hanging bridge yan, gumagalaw-galaw yan. At mahabang tulay po yan. At tandaan mo na hindi ka mangangahas, hindi ka magre-risk, tumulay dyan sa hanging bridge kung wala kang nakikitang paraiso on the other side. Kailangan nakikita mo yon. Kahit hindi nakikita ng mahal mo sa buhay, kahit hindi nakikita ng asawa mo, kahit hindi nakikita ng mga tao sa paligid mo, kahit ikaw lang yung nakakakita, vision mo yan eh. Ang mahalaga, may nakikita kang big future. Now, para hindi ka nagmamadali, wag mo nang hintayin yung emergency. Wag mo nang hintayin na habulin ka pa ng dinosaur bago ka tumawid. Kasi ang hirap tumawid sa isang hanging bridge habang hinahabol ka ng dinosaur. Habang hinahunt ka ng past. If the past is still haunting you, it will be hard for you to move forward. That is the main reason why you have to break the old patterns. You have to break the old beliefs. And the best way to actually do that is to, again, see the future. Dapat sobrang lawak, sobrang saya, sobrang pleasurable, sobrang worth it. Para pag dumating man yung hirap, kakayanin mo. So ano yung ibig sabihin naman ng small steps? Again, ang pagnenegosyo para kang nasa hanging bridge. Hindi ka pwedeng tumalon, hindi ka pwedeng masyadong pasikat, magpatumbling-tumbling ka kasi mahuhulog ka. Hindi ka pwedeng masyadong nagmamadali kasi baka mahulog ka. At hindi pwedeng sobrang malalaking steps kasi mahuhulog ka rin. So while in your mind, in your dreams, kitang-kita mo malinaw na malinaw yung vision mo, yung paraisong naghihintay, yung big goals and big dreams mo. Head down, face down, you're focused on one step at a time. And that means you are collecting evidences that you can. So it means that you walk a little bit, you stop, pag mabigat, don't look down, look up. It's because pag sobrang bigat ng pinagdadaanan mo, tandaan mo na mas malaki ang langit kaysa lupa. And when you are in a hanging bridge, when you look down, nakakatakot. When you look up, tandaan mo na may Diyos na nakatingin sa'yo. Meron kang support. So when you look up, pray, tiwala lang, and then you look forward, look at the vision. Saan ka ba papunta? Saan ka ba makakarating? Ano ba yung destination mo? Saan mo ba dadalhin yung pamilya mo? Saan mo ba dadalhin yung mahal mo sa buhay? And then, face down, head down, one step at a time. You are only looking down on the steps, not kung saan ka malalaglag. Because again, pag nakafocus ka kung saan ka malalaglag, kung ano yung pwedeng malugi, kung ano yung mga mawawala sa'yo, may hirapan ka mag-move forward. Madedelay ka lang. At tandaan mo, minsan, dumadating yung tinatawag na bagyo. So yung hanging bridge, mas risky, mas nakakatakot, mas maalog. Pag dumating yung malakas na bagyo, yung malakas na hangin, yung malakas na ulan, minsan nagiging clouded yung vision natin. Pero regardless of that, kahit clouded siya, kahit wala siyang masyadong linaw, kailangan nakikita mo pa rin siya sa isip mo. At kung hindi mo nakikita, again, look up and pray. Because there will be a point in your career as a businessman. Pwedeng halfway, pwedeng 1/4 ka pa lang, pwedeng 3/4. There will be a time, a moment, na kahit wala ka pa doon, magiging sobrang linaw yung vision. Magiging sobrang linaw ng lahat. Kitang-kita mo lahat at ramdam na ramdam mo lahat. Yun yung time na itodo mo na at huwag mong bitawan. Kasi pinapakita na sa'yo yung future mo. So again, big goals, big dreams, but small steps in the present moment. Kasi malawak yung future na naghihintay sa atin. Number 7. 10x on what's effective before trying something new. Ito yung nangyayari sa marami. Walang masamang mag-try ng bago. Pero bago ka mag-try ng bago, before trying something new, and going all out on something new, you have to 10x on everything that is already working for you. If it's not working for you, just try something new. If it's not working, try something new. But if it's working, go all in on it. Nagwo-work na eh. Kung kailan nagwo-work na, saan ka pakakabig, tapos magta-try ka ng bago, nagwo-work na eh. One major example is, way back, because we have a rental property here in Cabuyao. So, isa sa mga nagre-rent sa amin before, bakery. And it's working. It's working really well. Ang ganda ng benta, ang daming benta. Ang dami na nilang suki. Nakapag-develop na sila ng napakaraming customers. Nakapag-develop na sila ng community. May relationship na sila sa mga tao. At masarap talaga yung luto nila. So, kumikita sila. Even without the marketing. Kasi lahat ng tao sa kanila bumibili. But the problem was, pareho silang hindi nakagraduate yung mag-asawa. So, ano nangyari? Effective na yung ginagawa nila. Yung anak nila, imbes na pag-aralin nila sa culinary arts, pag-aralin ng negosyo, pinag-aral sa tourism. Pero alam naman natin, ano ginagawa sa tourism, di ba? No judgment, hindi ko nila lahat. May mga matatalino sa tourism. Pero alam natin, aware naman siguro tayong lahat, lalo na kung aamin tayo, lalo na kung magiging honest tayo, na most people in that course, yan yung mga hindi nakapasa sa mga major courses. That was during my time, ha? That was during this time na kinikwento ko to. Siguro ngayon, baka iba na. I don't know. Pero during our time, yung tourism students, sila yung hindi nakapasa sa engineering, hindi nakapasa sa law, hindi nakapasa sa nursing. So, tourism yung bagsak. So, ano nangyayari? Ano yung language? Negative, toxic. So, yung anak na pariwara. So, ibig sabihin, imbes na may magmamana nung empire na binild nilang mag-asawa, naputol sa kanila yung legacy. Kasi, imbes na tinodo nila, dun sa panaderya na nag-work na, pinilit pa nila yung anak nila na mag-aral at mapunta sa course na posibleng sumira sa kanila. It's extremely unfortunate, but the thing is, pwede naman tayong tumodo dun sa negosyo. So, yun yung gawin natin. So, in my case, I was having a lot of views. Nagtitrending dati sa social media. So, what did I do? A lot of people are telling me, run ads, para momentum, para sumikat ka. Sabi ko, hindi nga ako nagra-run ng ads. Hindi ako marunong mag-run ng ads. Ayoko mag-run ng ads. Kasi ang gusto ko, matarget ko yung mga taong gusto akong panoorin. Yung content ko, it's already working. So, what did I do? Nag-10x ako. Nag-all in ako. Noong time na yun, ako pa yung nag-e-edit. So, nag-invest ako sa camera, nag-hire ako ng team, nag-build ako ng creative team, tapos naging media team, tapos ngayon, MJ Lopez Media na. Kumpanya na siya. Meron na akong team na nag-e-edit, nagde-design, at nag-upload for me. So that I can do more of the things that I love to do, and that is helping you. So again, go 10x, itodo mo doon sa mga bagay na nag-work na sa'yo. If it is working, invest more in it. Now, it doesn't mean hindi ka magta-try. Pwede kang mag-try. Okay? You can try something new. But make sure that you are giving 10x on what's already working. Pwedeng 10x budget, so you can have more time doing other things. Pwedeng 10x ng time, 10x ng effort, tapos konting budget, tapos yung ibang budget, doon sa something new. But either way, the common sense is, effective na eh. Doon ka mag-invest. Effective na eh. Doon ka na tumodo. Effective na pala eh. Di wag ka muna mag-isip ng kung ano-ano. Wag ka na muna mag-over-strategize kasi nga effective na. Improve it, itodo mo. Kasi yun yung kailangan mong gawin. And that's actually common sense. Number 8. It's all about the value per second, not seconds of value. Ano ibig sabihin? It's valuable. Sorry guys, I have to be honest here. Kasi gusto kong yumaman kayong lahat, okay? Yes, lahat ng experiences valuable. Don't get me wrong. Pero merong lumalabas na mas valuable. Kasi hindi mo pwedeng sabihin doon sa tao na 2 years kong pinaghirapan yung tinapay na yan. 2 years kong inaral yung cake. Kung hindi talaga masarap, that's 2 years, right? Kahit 2 years mo yan dinevelop, wala talagang lasa eh. Hindi talaga masarap eh. Hindi mo pwedeng isisi at ipangalandaan sa mga taong 2 years yan. Versus, do sa 1 month lang nag-aral, and that's the value per second. Pero yung pag-aaral niyang yon, bawat araw, sobrang bilis ng improvement niya. So, ang nangyayari, yung value per second dun sa customer, kada kain niya ng cake, kada kain niya ng tinapay, yung value na nakukuha niya per second, sobrang taas kasi sobrang sarap nung na-bake na cake. Same goes with business. There are people with extensive experiences in business, pero wala namang alam. There are people na sikat lang sa social media, pero wala naman talagang alam. But there are people with massive experience at sobrang dami rin nilang natutunan doon sa experiences na yon. Like in my case, I was privileged enough to be able to meet a lot of billionaires. I have the privilege to create significance to the lives of other people. I was so lucky kasi 19 pa lang milyonaryo na ako. At effective lahat ng ginagawa ko. Sobrang dami ko nung pinagdaanan na hirap, pagsubok, challenges, at nakabangon ako doon. At yun yung sineshare ko sa inyong experience. Kaya for every content that we do, it's not just about the number of time, the number of uploads. Yes, sa lahat ng business creator, we have the most uploads. I think nasa around 37,000 plus na, no? 37,000 plus. And that's around 5,000 hours of free value. Iba pa yung mga free webinars. Sa Master University, guys, it's a free community. Lagay ko na lang din sa description. But the thing is, in the Philippines, I also have one of the widest experiences kasi nagpapamentor pa ako sa iba't ibang bansa. So maliban sa kami yung may pinakamaraming upload, I firmly believe na kami rin yung may pinaka-valuable na upload. Kayo magsabi guys, prove me wrong. Right? Prove me wrong. Hindi man kami yung pinakamaraming views ngayon. Sure ako na kami yung may pinaka-valuable na content. Dahil lahat ng sineshare ko sa inyo, na-try ko na, subuko na, at galing sa experiences ko. And speaking of value per second, if you are someone who spends a lot of time watching videos, reading books, you are working really hard to actually get what you want and become successful in life. Pero nararamdaman mo na parang may pumipigil sa'yo, hindi ka makamove forward in life, at parang may takip, para kang nakakulong sa garapon na may takip. It's as if something is holding you back. I'm here to tell you that you need a blueprint. Think about this. Paano mabubuo yung bahay? Di ba kailangan ng engineer? Kailangan ng architect. So the engineer represents the mind. The engineer represents structures. The architect represents design. So it's your heart. Yan yung nagbibigay ng buhay doon sa bahay. At ang workers, yun yung katawan. They are the ones taking massive action to actually build the house. The house represents success. Do we agree na hindi mabubuo yung bahay kung walang blueprint? At kung walang blueprint, yung engineer at yung architect, hindi yan magkakasundo. Pag hindi magkasundo yung dalawa, hindi makakapag-take ng action. Pag di nag-take ng action, walang mabubuong bahay. And that's the main reason why pigil na pigil yung success, pilit na pilit yung achievement and success, walang fulfillment kasi walang blueprint. So if you wanna be successful, you have to have a success blueprint. Now, you may be thinking, Sir MJ, paano naman yung implementation? That's the main reason why the course is extremely immersive and the value per second is massive. Meaning, you only have to spend 30 minutes to 60 minutes of your time every day. Since this is an online course, kahit nasa ang bansa ka, pwede. Kahit nasa ang bansa ka, pwede sa'yo. And you can watch the videos, you can listen to the content, the assets anytime you want. Plus, there's a workbook na makakatulong sa'yo in terms of implementing and taking massive action through the ideas of changing the self-beliefs, the self-image that you have, and changing your patterns and breaking the old patterns and breaking the belief systems that you already have so that you can be more and more successful. And Sir MJ, paano kung kailangan ko ng suporta? Naisip ko na rin yan. Most people kaya hindi yumayaman at hindi nagiging successful dahil sa community nila. Ang bilis na lang bumalik sa old patterns nila kasi nga meron silang old community. So meron din kasamang exclusive community. And if you have more questions, if you want experience being coached by MJ Lopez, guys, ang one-on-one session po natin, which you can avail if you want, if you are really committed, 100,000 po yan per session. Alright, tinarap ko na yung presyo para sa inyo. Email kayo kung gusto nyo. Pero guys, if you enroll in the Success Blueprint, within the week, you will get 3 months access, which means you will get 3 mastermind sessions. That's 300,000 value. And the Success Blueprint is extremely affordable. All you have to do is visit the website www.successblueprint.ph, click Start Now or Get the Course Now, Fill out the form, submit, click get the course now again. And if you wanna pay via GCash or Maya, just choose send it online payments. And if you wanna pay via credit card, you can choose send it online payments or PayPal. So akin guys, if you really wanna be successful, if you wanna reach the next level success, and if paulit-ulit yung ginagawa mo, paulit-ulit, nilalaban mo naman di ba? Tumatawid ka dun sa tulay, di ba? Pero parang nahihirapan kang tumawid. Kailangan mo ng success blueprint. Enroll now and transform your life today. Now, let's move on to number 9. Don't diversify too early. You don't make more money by splitting your time, effort, money, energy, and attention. Your business will work if you do the work. At ito yung problema. Masyado tayong fickle-minded. Masyadong mabilis magbago yung isip natin. Nakita lang natin na uso yung pares, makikipares ka. Tapos akala mo yayaman ka. Akala mo sisikat ka. At akala mo sa kasikatan nanggagaling yung pera. Kung ano yung usong makita mo, doon ka pupunta. Napansin nyo ba doon sa mga multi-millionaires? Especially mga billionaires. Ako yung mga bilyonaryong kakilala ko. Wala silang pakialam sa uso. Yes, may mga yumayaman sa trends. But that's because they already have the foundation before the trend happened. At hindi sila na-distract ng trend. Baka nga sila yung nag-create ng trend. At ginagamit nila yung trend, sinasakyan nila yung trend as part of their strategy. Pero hindi yung buong negosyo naka-attach dun sa uso. Tandaan nyo, you will earn millions and you will make millions of money with one particular business. Nakafocus ka lang dapat sa isang negosyo at dapat ikaw yung may pinakamagandang products at ikaw yung pinakamagaling sa ginagawa mo. You have to be the best in what you are doing. And that's the only way for you to make millions. Isang negosyo. Focus ka lang doon. At yung pagda-diversify, it's not about earning, it's about sustaining it. So you only diversify if you have a lot of money already. Kung malaki na yung perang hahatiin mo. Pero wag mo munang hatiin yung pera mo kung wala ka pang perang hahatiin. Wag mo ring hatiin yung time and attention mo kung hindi ka nga maganda o gaga sa pag-handle ng negosyo mo. Hindi mo pa nga ma-handle ng tama Hindi mo pa nga nararan yung negosyo Maybe you are operating your business but you are not running the business. At pag-uusapan din natin yan sa iba pa nating mga podcast at sa iba pa nating mga courses. But you have to understand, iba yung empleyado ka ng negosyo mo sa negosyante ka na talaga. Iba yung ikaw yung nag-ooperate ng negosyo mo sa ikaw yung nagpapatakbo ng negosyo mo. And it will only happen running the business. You can only run the business if and only if you are focused on that particular business. And you will only diversify if you have a lot of time, money, and attention. Number 10, build your foundation as fast as you can instead of trying to earn as fast as you can. Ibig sabihin, ang goal mo bilang negosyante, ma-build yung foundation mo. Makapag-build ng malawak at matatag na pundasyon. A lot of businessmen, again, masyado tayong nakatingin sa resulta. Masyado tayong nahahype. Masyado tayong nakatingin sa pwedeng kitain, magkano yung pwedeng kitain. Yung future na malaki. Walang masama doon. Pero, tandaan mo, nakikitain mo lang yun, makakarating ka lang doon sa future na yun kapag tumawid ka doon sa tulay. So, kailangan may pundasyon ka. Kailangan alam mo kung paano ka tatawid doon sa hanging bridge. Alam mo kung paano ka hahawak, alam mo kung paano ka hahakbang, dapat meron ka ng sistema. So as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, initially, you build your foundation. Magbibuild ka muna ng napakagandang produkto. Build ka muna ng kultura. Build ka muna ng leadership system. Alamin mo muna kung sino yung makakasama mo sa future. Sino sa mga empleyado mo yung pwede mong i-promote, pwedeng maging executive. Saan ka mag-hire, saan ka kukuha ng mga tao. Pagputok ng negosyo, ready ba yung inventory mo? Ready ba yung packaging mo? Ready ba yung team mo? Ready ka ba as a person? And building foundation in your business means building foundation within yourself. That means investing in yourself. That means personal development. A lot of people are investing a lot of money kung saan-saan, marketing, hire ng artista, bayad ng influencer, pero wala pang POS system. Wala pang inventory system. Wala pang sariling office man lang. Walang warehouse. Walang HR. Walang accounting. Hindi pa kompleto yung lahat ng department mo. Ang laki na ng gastos mo sa marketing. So, paano paglaki ng benta? Sino mag-handle? Sino back office? E di ikaw. Sa'yo lahat babagsak yan. Tapos, hindi ka pa nag-i-invest sa sarili mo. So, paano mo i-handle? So, it means that you invest your time, your money, your effort, your emotions in building the foundation first. patatagin mo muna yung kumpanya mo. Parang ganito, kung sasabihin ko, you only have 10 seconds. Mag-build ka ng sobrang taas na building. Orasan natin. Siyempre, nagmamadali ka. Diba? Nagmamadali ka, magpapatong-patungin mo. Kasi ang goal mo, pinakamataas na building. Nagmamadali kang palakihin yung building mo. So, ano mangyayari? 10 seconds na. Mabuhay yung building mo. Tama? Pero kung sabihin ko sa'yo, you have 10 days to build the biggest and strongest building. Baka iba yung maging strategy mo. Kasi i-build mo muna yung ilalim, yung pundasyon. Pwedeng palapad muna. Pag malapad na yung walls, saka mo lalagyan ng kasunod. So ngayon, mas matibay yung building mo. Kasi you have the time to create the foundation. Number 11, sleep in your office. Make your business part of your lifestyle. Nang mahirap sa marami, kapag nagsisimula pa lang sa pagnenegosyo, feeling nila, kalaban nila yung negosyo nila. Meron tinatawag na work-life balance. Na parang pag nasa negosyo sila, wala sila sa pamilya nila. Yes, malungkot yon. Yes, mabigat yon. Pero tandaan mo, pinili mong magnegosyo. So, wag kang magpabebe. Tandaan mo na pag nakatawid ka, again, pag nakatawid ka dyan sa tulay na yan, pag nakarating ka sa paraiso, pakikinabangan niya ng buong angkan mo, ng pamilya mo. So, tandaan mo na ginagawa mo to para sa kanila. You are doing this for the future. You are doing this for your life. You are doing this for your family. So you have to make your business part of your lifestyle. Naalala ko guys, nung nagsisimula ako magnegosyo. Actually hanggang ngayon, lahat ng office ko, meron ako mga lazy boy chair at meron ako mga beds. Kasi pag urgent yung trabaho, kasi pananaw ko yan eh. Prinsipyo ko yan eh. Hindi ako uuwi, hindi ako matutulog hanggat hindi tapos yung trabaho. Kaya nga lahat ng employees ko sobrang sipag. Kasi mas masipag ako sa kanila. So kahit hindi ko sabihin sa kanila magsipag kayo, automatic nagsisipag sila. Bakit? Nahihiya sila eh. Minsan dumadating sila sa office, 3 araw na, yung pa rin yung suot ko. Papabili lang ako ng tubig, papabili lang ako ng pagkain. Minsan papakuha lang ako ng sabon sa bahay. Minsan may dala na akong gamit, damit, sabon. Pero magugulat sila, 3 days, 1 week, nasa office ako, walang labasan. Dito na ako nagpapahinga, dito na ako kumakain, dito na ako natutulog, dito na ako naliligo, dito na ako tumitira. Kasi sure ako kung saan ako makakarating at sure ako kung para kanino ko to ginagawa. Ngayon naman, Sir MJ, you have financial freedom. Yes, I have the financial freedom. But I'm building my legacy now. I wanna help you. I wanna help people. Ang goal ko ngayon, makatulong sa maraming tao. Makapagbigay ng value sa inyo. Ang goal ko ngayon, maraming yumaman dahil sa mga tinuturo ko. Dahil sa mga courses, dahil sa mga seminars. And speaking of seminars, we will have the very first exclusive event for the Success Blueprint community this coming March 28, 29, and 30, 2025 guys. Limited lang yung slots natin and we don't have the link yet. We don't have a lot of information yet. I'm just informing you para makapag-book ka agad if you are in another country. At para makapag-enroll ka kaagad sa Success Blueprint, it's because it will be exclusive to the Success Blueprint community. So if you are enrolled or if you are a graduate of Success Blueprint, you can attend the face-to-face seminar. It's a 3-day immersive, massive transformational event para kang umattend ng UPW plus Date with Destiny, which is worth millions by the way. Pero syempre, it will be affordable because I really want to help you. If you want more information around this, just PM us, enroll in Success Blueprint kasi pag nasa community ka, syempre, doon na namin ibibigay lahat ng information na kailangan mo in attending the event, guys. I'm excited, guys, because this will be my first 3-day event na i-offer in public. And if you attend, you will be part of the history. Bago ako tuluyang maging Filipino Tony Robbins, naka-attend ka na kaagad. Plus, sa mga VIP, limited lang po sa 30 slots. Sa mga VIP po, merong plus 1 day. Because of course, I will be teaching you more. So again, meron tayong event, the Success Blueprint Face-to-Face. March 28 to 30, pag VIP, March 28 to March 31, 2025. Face-to-face po. Exclusive sa Success Blueprint. I'm officially inviting you, so mag-enroll ka na sa Success Blueprint. It's www.successblueprint.ph and I'm gonna see you on the other side. So let's move on to number 12. Stay small enough, long enough, soon enough, you'll be big enough. Live small. Ang mahirap sa ibang mga negosyante, first time lang nakahawak ng pera. First time makahawak ng milyon, isusugal agad, itatalpak agad, gagastusin agad, iluluho agad. Ito worse, iyayabang agad sa social media. It's really obvious sa mga tao sa social media, guys. It's really obvious pag first time pa lang nilang nakahawak ng pera. Lalo sa mga kabataan ngayon na yumayaman, sa ulo agad na pupunta yung pera, hindi sa bulsa. Pero ang inuuna nila, magyabang, maging arrogante. Syempre, sa social media kasi, pag arrogante ka, mayabang ka, mas marami kang views kasi maraming comments na negative, di ba? Pero pag marami kasing comments, negative o positive, nagtitrending kasi yung isang bagay eh. Nagtitrending yung isang video. So talagang sinasadya nila, ginagawa nila yon. That way, nakapagyabang na sila, na-feed na nila yung ego nila, dumami pa yung views nila. Panalo sa kanila kasi yun eh. Ang mali sa atin naman, ang mali sa mga audience, mas pinapanood kasi, pinapansin kasi, binibigyan kasi ng attention. Kaya paulit-ulit naman ginagawa ng mga taong first time lang makahawak ng pera. Guys, kung gusto mong yumaman ng sagad, kung gusto nyong yumaman ng bonggang-bongga, you have to stay small enough. If you stay small enough, long enough, dadating yung time, you'll be big enough. Kusa nang lumalabas yan. Right? There are people that I know. Makikita mo, hindi naman nagyayabang. Siguro, nayayabangan yung mga tao sa kanya. Pero hindi naman nagyayabang. Simple lang suit yung suot niya. Wala namang malaking brand na nakalagay. Pero maganda yung fit sa kanya. Di natin alam. Hindi alam ng mga tao. Loropiana pala yung suot. Diba? Cashmere pala. Magkano ang cashmere na Loropiana? That's old money kung tawagin nila. It's all about quality. It's not about the brand. Di natin alam, may Viconia pala. Ang suit po na Viconia ay 1.2 million. Right? And that's real wealth. Hindi mo kailangan ng malalaking logo. Pwedeng konti lang yung nakakaalam na mahal yung suot mo. Because when you know, you know. Tandaan nyo guys, na yung mga bago pala nakakahawak ng pera, sila yung maingay sa social media. They shout, but the wealthy whispers. And the wealthy is focused on creating value. Ikaw na lang ang mamimili. Sinong panonoodin mo? Because again, what you click, who you watch, is absolutely 100% your choice. Number 13, don't focus on trends. Focus on what will last. It's related to what I said kanina, pero mas specific lang tayo. Maraming trends na dumadating, maraming uso na dumadating. Tandaan mo, mag-focus ka sa isang produkto, sa pundasyon ng negosyo mo, kung ano yung tatagal. Ang point dito, huwag kang mag-focus sa produktong uso lang. Maraming uso na strategies. Pwede mong sakyan yung strategies. Wala namang mawawala eh. Basta sundin mo lahat ng sinabi ko dito. It's because kung meron ng effective sa'yo, huwag mong bitawan yung effective kung magta-try ka ng bagong strategies. Okay? Huwag mong bitawan yung strategies na kahit luma yan, na kahit basic yan, na kahit dati mo pang ginagawa yan. Kung effective sa'yo yung strategies na yon, at dati mo pa namang ginagawa, at yun ang bumuhay at nagpakain sa'yo, 10x ka muna doon. Itodo mo doon. Pero walang masama kung magta-try ka. Basta lagi kang nakatodo, yung attention mo nakatodo doon sa what's working, doon sa effective, para hindi magiba yung negosyo mo. Alright? So pag may dumating na trends na strategy, usong strategy, pwede mo sakyan, pwede mo i-try. Baka mag-work sa'yo, baka pwede sa'yo. Baka makagawa ka ng sistema around it na pwede mong i-integrate doon sa effective na strategy na dati mo nang ginagawa. Pero guys, pagdating sa produkto, mag-focus kayo sa produktong tatagal. Imagine that you are building generational wealth for your family. Ang binibuild mo, yung legacy mo. Hindi yung gusto mo lang kumita ngayon, tapos na. Kasi pag ganun ang mindset mo, gusto mo lang kumita bilang bata, gusto mo lang yumaman ngayon, tandaan mo ha, magigiba yan, mauubos yan agad. Mababaw kasi yung why mo, mababaw yung foundation mo. So para hindi magiba agad, para hindi agad mawala sa'yo, at para hindi ka distracted ng kung ano-anong strategies, at para hindi ka nag-overthink at nag-over-strategize, when you build the foundation, sabi ko nga sa inyo, di ba? Build your foundation as fast as you can. Now, as you build your foundation, focus on what will last. Kailangan yung tumatagal. And number 14, extremely important. Love your customers more than you love your business. Now, dapat ikaw yung number 1 fan ng negosyo mo. Don't get me wrong. Dapat ikaw yung pinakang naniniwala sa produkto mo. Kahit hindi totoo ha, kahit hindi totoo, dapat ang paniniwala mo, I have the best business. I have the best products. I have the best service. I serve people. I transform the lives of people. Kahit hindi pa, dapat yun ang paniniwala mo. Kasi kung yun ang pinaniniwalaan mo, yun ang identity mo, your body, your mind, your heart will do whatever it takes makarating ka doon. So mabilis kang makakatawid, mabilis kang makakarating doon. So whatever it takes, you'll be there. Pero dapat sobrang taas ng paniniwala mo doon. Naniniwala ka ha, naniniwala ka sa negosyo mo. Pero mas mahal mo yung mga customers mo. Because you want to deliver the best product, the best service for the customers. You are in love with your customers. You love the results that you see from the customers. You love to see the transformation within your customers. Like in my case, ako sure ako, 100%, I have the best course in the Philippines. I have the most affordable, the best success course in the Philippines. Transformational course in the Philippines. At magkakaroon pa tayo ng exclusive event. Pero dapat, graduate ka ng course. Or at least, naka-enroll ka sa course. Kasi I'm building more exclusivity now. But here's the catch. I'm not in love with the business itself. Kasi yung negosyo ako eh. Kahit mag-fail yung negosyo, kaya kong itayo yan ulit eh. I'm actually in love with my students. With the people. In love ako dun sa transformation. In love ako dun sa GC namin. Ang dami nagsishare ng transformation. May bumili ng kotse. May bumili ng 2 kotse in 2 months. Bumili ng bahay in 5 months. Ang daming resulta. Ang daming magandang nangyayari sa kanila. I love seeing people succeed. So, ang nangyayari sa akin, since gustong-gusto ko yung feeling na nakakatulong ako sa mga tao, automatic yung produkto ko, patuloy kong dine-develop. So, ngayon, nag-over-deliver ako. So, everyone is happy. Masaya ako, fulfilled ako, nakapag-over-deliver pa ako sa mga customers, sa mga clients, sa mga students. Kaya nga yung mga students ko na yung nagre-recruit ng students eh. Kaya nga mga students ko na yung nagsasabi na enroll kayo sa Success Blueprint eh. Sila na mismo yung nangungulit. Bakit? Kasi alam nila yung value. So, ibig sabihin ikaw, kapag mas mahal mo yung customer mo kaysa sa negosyo mo, hindi ka ngayon manggugulang. May integrity ka. At maglalaan ka ng mas malaking budget para sa produkto mo. Maglalaan ka ng mas malaking budget to develop your products, to deliver that products, that service to the people. Kasi guys, ang simple ng negosyo eh. Ang simple ng negosyo. Step 1, know your value. Know the value of the products, your value as a businessman, the value of your business. Number 2, share that value to people. Mag-ingay ka, sabihin mo sa lahat, ito yung value ng produkto ko. Naniniwala ako, makakatulong to sa inyo. And number 3, prove it. You have to prove it. You have to have evidences. Ako, naniniwala ako, I have the most valuable course at yung Success Blueprint kay simula pa lang yun. Because in the future, sobrang dami pa. Actually, meron na nga exclusive course, yung Self and Sales Mastery. Exclusive din para sa mga Success Blueprint students. Pero holistic yung approach ko eh. It's not about money for me. Ayokong ibenta sa'yo yung Self and Sales Mastery nang hindi ka dumadaan sa Success Blueprint kasi lahat. I'm here to tell you lahat. Regardless of your career, lahat dadaan ng Success Blueprint. Kasi ako lang ang meron niya sa Pilipinas. I'm sharing that value to you. Nag-share kami sa Facebook, dito sa YouTube. Sinasabi namin gano'ng kaganda sa Success Blueprint. Nagla-live pa ako. May mga webinars pa tayo guys na libre. So I'm sharing that with people. Nasa description din yung link. Nasa comment section. Number 3 is prove it. And I have proof already. Pag nagawa mo yung tatlong yan, meron ka ng matatag na negosyo. You just have to do it over and over. And number 15, pinakamahalaga sa lahat. You are more important than your business. Walang masama if you wanna give your whole life to your business. Kung gusto mong ibigay lahat sa negosyo mo. Pero tandaan mo na dapat mahal mo rin yung ginagawa mo. At dapat mas mahal mo yung sarili mo. Yes, mahal mo yung customers mo. Pero dapat mas mahal mo sarili mo. Kasi ikaw yung nagsaserve sa customers mo. Pag wala ka, wala nang negosyo. Pag wala ka, hindi mo na mai-enjoy yung resulta. Walang magpapatakbo, walang mag-ooperate ng negosyo. Walang magde-develop ng products, walang magmamalasakit sa negosyo mo. Mamamatay din yung negosyo mo kung wala ka na. Just remember, as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, you are the business. Because without you, there's no business. So you have to take care of yourself. You have to love yourself. Kaya nga I always tell people, you have to find what you love in what you do. You have to find what you love in your business. Kailangan ma-enjoy mo yung negosyo mo. Kasi kung hindi ka nag-e-enjoy sa negosyo mo, hindi ka tatagal. At tumagal ka man, mauubos at mauubos ka, wala ring fulfillment bandang huli. If you really love yourself, if you know that you are important, you will choose a business that fulfills you. You will choose a business na hindi lang usapang pera. You will choose a business na nag-grow ka, na magiging healthy ka, na matututo ka. Pipili ka at magtatayo ka ng negosyo na magbibuild ng generational wealth at magbibuild ng legacy mo. And you have to live long enough to see that. Sir MJ, how do you do self-love? This is how I do it personally. I started with things. Nagsimula ako mag-invest sa mga bagay-bagay sa sarili ko. Nausuhan akong bumili ng damit kasi mahalaga yan sa lalaki, di ba? Kung sa babae, may mga make-ups, ganyan. Sa lalaki, forma. So, nag-invest ako ng damit, sapatos, pantalon. Of course, because when you sell a product, you have to be presentable. Di ba? You have to be confident. So, mahilig ako bumili ng mga bagay-bagay. And then, nausuhan ako ng experience. I have a family. Nanay ko, umiidad na, mahilig na rin mag-travel. So, we travel the world. Mahilig kami pumunta kung saan-saan. Even the media team, kung saan-saan kami pumupunta, tumatambay, nagta-travel. At nagpapa-incentive din ako sa team ko. At dumating sa point na yung pagbili ng bagay, it is also an experience. For example, when you buy a Patek Philippe, when you buy a Rolex, when you want a bespoke suit, it's a whole experience. Hindi lang siya basta bumili ka. Iba yung experience pag nagpapatahi ka ng suit para sa'yo. But the best form of self-love is what we call growth. Pag nag-grow ka kasi, dadami yung mabibili mo, dadami lalo yung experiences mo. And that's personal development. Kaya nga ngayon, na-realize ko, the more that I invest in myself, the more that I grow as a person, the more na lumalawak yung kaisipan ko, grabe yung wisdom, na naia-apply ko sa negosyo ko, na nagagawa ko kaagad, na na-execute ko kaagad. Kaya ngayon, yung mga bagay na nabibili ko, dumadami din. Yung experiences ko, dumadami din. At ang kagandahan, guys, yung growth ko ngayon, yung personal development ko, napunta pa ako ng Florida, punta pa ako ng New York, punta pa ako sa Australia, punta pa ako sa iba't ibang bansa just to attend seminars of Tony Robbins. So that I can bring that information back to you. I'm gonna translate that information so that you can decipher it. You can learn it from me for free. And if you enroll in Success Blueprint, guys, just imagine, 18 years of my own business experience, I actually lost 20 million noong 2019 nung na-depress ako. I lost hair, I lost myself, nasira din yung mukha ko, yung balat ko, I lost my car, I lost almost everything. Negative pa nga ako noong time na yun eh. And I invested more than 10 million sa personal development ko. So you don't have to. Ibig sabihin, when you enroll in the Success Blueprint course, you are paying for my 18 years of experience and the 10 million worth of personal development. At hindi mo na kailangan maloko ng 20 million kagaya ko para makapag-build ng Success Blueprint. Because I'm here to tell you, and I'm really proud to say, that I discovered the formula for success. Na-discover ko kung paano ba mag-build ng Success Blueprint. And I made the course extremely affordable just for you. Because again, you are more important than your business. And if you enroll in Success Blueprint, you will feel that. You will feel more important kasi grabe yung community. Sobrang powerful na mga mastermind sessions natin. And I will be your host, your mentor, your coach. At iba, pag may clarity. Kasi pag tawid mo dun sa tulay, kahit bumagyo, umulan, clouded, pag may Success Blueprint ka, kita mo lagi yung future. Kita mo lagi yung paraiso. Kita mo lagi kung saan ka papunta kahit anong mangyari sa environment mo. Because you now have a roadmap for success, and that's the Success Blueprint. So if you like this video, please inform us. Please comment, like, share. Tulungan nyo kami because ang target natin ngayon, umabot ng 1 million subscribers sa YouTube. If you like more videos like this, again, inform us. Communicate with us. Because we would love to see your comments about this content. And guys, please let us know. Ano yung natutunan nyo dito sa video na to? Make sure that you also watch this over and over and make sure that you will send this to people that you know, especially mga negosyante, gustong magnegosyo o nagsisimula pa lang magnegosyo, para matulungan din natin sila. And if you want to enroll in Success Blueprint, the link is in the comment section or the description. And I'm looking forward to see you there. Because look, in engineering class, they will teach you how to build a house. But I will teach you how to build your life. This is the end of the podcast, and always remember that all I want is for you to become more successful and for you to reach the next level success. Yun lang guys, see you soon.